we'd finish up with one more module. I'm not going to give you guys that much work, but I think this work is going to be very advantageous to your future. So instead of going through the planned ones that were on the syllabus, we're only going to do one of them, and I may break it up into a couple of shorter assignments. The idea is to have you leave with your professional resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile. I know you guys already started working on the cover letter, and I'm going to kind of assign that and regrade it for you. Your grade can only go up. So we're going to take a look at resume writing, cover letter writing, and then having an optimized LinkedIn profile. Talk about some other job search things too. I want you guys to register for the FIT Career and Internship Job Bank. They also have a resume and cover letter writing tutorial and the Writing and Speaking Center here at FIT. I want you to also run your finished resume and cover letter by them. And that's going to take the rest of the semester, I think. So it'll be final projects that hopefully you can really use to your benefit and your job search. Is the traditional resume and cover letter dead? I think technology has definitely changed the way that you'll deliver that information, but I think having that is really a great foundation to get started with. The job market is really competitive these days after the pandemic. The economy went down and things just really changed a lot. So I think you really want to know how to look for a job and have a strategy of your kind of workflow. So I'll give you a personal example. I'm on a search committee for hiring new instructors for advertising, marketing, communications. And we use an electronic platform for them to see the job openings. I can see their resumes. I can rank candidates. I can set up interviews. We can do Zoom-like interviews. We can do all kinds of things online and use AI tools actually to kind of streamline that process. So what does that mean for you? Well, a typical workflow here might be first knowing who you are. Analyze what it is that you want to do. What's your dream job? Why are you here at FIT? You probably already know. And then the idea is to create a personal brand. That's right. You are your own personal brand, and you've got to do your own marketing, your own public relations, your own self-promotion. A little plug here on my AC 262 multimedia presentations class. It's a great class to build your personal brand. We do stuff like resume, cover letter, web portfolio, LinkedIn profile. So I'm giving you a little taste of that. But if you're interested in pursuing that a little bit more, doing a podcast, honing up your interview skills, doing all kinds of presentations, then think about taking AC 262 multimedia presentations as one of your electives. You got to know how to search for jobs. So I think, using the FIT Career and Job Placement Office, that it's going to be a great resource for you because it has a job bank and you can apply to it and get lifetime job placement. Also creating a customized resume and cover letter. And I mean really customized. I mean, you want to start with a kind of template-driven thing that puts your basic skills in there. But every time you get a job offer or you find a job offer, you want to customize those two documents so that they really reflect that job description. And then know the hiring process. You can have all kinds of other stuff in your arsenal, like your LinkedIn profile, a portfolio of your work. All those things we can talk about. So if you're in an interview with me, I might ask you questions like, so what are your skills? Why this company? What technology skills do you really know? What software programs do you know? Have you mastered internet research and audience analysis, SEO? How well are your writing skills? Can you communicate well in business in both speech and writing? Do you speak another language? And then the idea of illustrating these. So you can say a lot of things on your resume, but I think the idea of actually demonstrating it. Let's say, for instance, I have great, communication skills, and then there's typos on your resume. not going to fly too well, right? So, what other skills have you acquired in school? For instance, taking part in extracurricular activities. I'm the president of WFIT, the college radio and TV station. And there I learned all kinds of skills in broadcasting, working with journalists and other companies. These are the things that employers are looking for. And they also show that you've demonstrated the theoretical kind of skills and concepts that you're learning in class. So this job and career search is a full-time job. I want you to visit the Career Center here at FIT, but you can also, look at your LinkedIn and see people who are in the same field that you're in, network with them, check all kinds of databases, do an internship or more. An internship is really where you can test the water and see, what the job is really like. Interview someone who's in your field. This could be a good assignment in class, but I'm not going to give it to you. But the idea that, you can really get firsthand knowledge, take them out to lunch, pick their brains a little bit, volunteer for an organization. Volunteer work is big these days. And then, constantly monitor those classified ads, read job descriptions. Another great tool is to know the company that you want to work for and then visit their website so that you can get into the company culture, understand their mission statement, their vision, their history, get to know some of the key players in there. You don't want to say things like, "Dear Human Resource Manager," or "Dear whom it may concern." Please, you want to know who you're communicating to. So it's time to start putting together that resume. Let's take a look at a couple of formats. I think the classic one that most recruiters are familiar with is the chronological resume. It basically lists your jobs in chronological order, your education in chronological order, in reverse order. So you start always with the most recent and you work your way backwards. I don't think you need things like high school once you're in college on your resume, unless there's something that's really connected to what you're aiming for as a dream job. But let's say you really want to focus on your skills and accomplishments, or maybe you've changed jobs frequently, or you've got some gaps in your employment record, and you don't want to have those dates in there. You might want to go with a functional approach that really focuses on skills. Hotly debated. Some experts will say you got to have a one-page resume. If you can't fit everything on one page, you're never going to get the interview. Other people will say, especially if you've been working at a certain thing for a while and you've got more to say, a two-page resume is absolutely fine. What I think is your resume should be as long as it needs to be to get the communication that you want to get through. So, of course, there's all kinds of templates, and you can use Canva, you can use Word, you can format your resume in Pages, and you can do InDesign. But I think, there are certain rules that you want to follow. One thing is you want it to be legible. So be careful about the fonts that you use. I would say 2 fonts work really well. You can use that sans serif font for your headings and a serif font, which is easier to read, for your body copy. Don't make it look like a circus. Don't pick weird and stylized fonts. No one wants to go through that. A lot of HR people are reading lots of resumes, so make it easy on them. Don't do things like, if you really want it to fit on one page, make what we call mice type, which means, you use a 9-point font that, I can't read it. The other thing you want to think about is the header. So, the header or the top line should be nice and clear. Put your name in lights. Have your name bigger. People are rummaging through a pile of them. Oh, look, there's the person I wanted to find. So your name is up there at the top with your contact information of preference. So you may not want to have your address. You really don't want to have people visiting you. You can say something general like New York City. Do you want your phone number in there? Well, you may want people to contact you. So you can also have something like Google Voice, where they don't really know your real number, but they can call you through Google Voice. But certainly your email address is a great way to make contact. And you should use a professional email address. Don't use something weird like, Cuddly Kitty at Hotmail or something like that. Don't use the email address from your current or past employer, because it looks like, you're using their resources, and who wants to hire somebody who's a resource vampire? think about what you can do for them. When you say things like, I want to use my skills to further my career, don't say so many things like that. Think about what you can do for that organization, what you can contribute. I think is a good way to go. Use strategic keywords. Again, looking at the job description can help you to kind of recycle some of that language into your resume and your cover letter. So I think a lot of resumes today have a summary statement in the beginning, like used to have an objective in there. And a summary is something, again, you can customize for each job to say, well, I've got the skills that you're looking for. I think that really works. In the education, you want to give the name of the school and the location, your dates of attendance, any degrees that you've earned, when you've earned them. For jobs, list them again in reverse chronological order: the employer's name, the city, the state, the dates of employment. Make sure you do the month and the year, not just the year, the job title, and the significant duties. Again, you want to kind of show people what you did, not just the description of the job. Don't say that I've got, great teamwork skills. Show that you managed a team. The other thing that really works really well is metrics. I increased sales by 25% in a 1 month period. So the idea again is that you're tracking your progress, you know your numbers, you know your data, and you can, prove it with a metric. Any kind of special skills that you have that you're proficient in, completed, competent in, obviously social media marketing would be good for you guys, data analysis, SEO, video production. All of those skills are going to be really marketable. Any awards, dean lists, high GPA. I like extracurricular things. Again, it shows, that you can actually put your skills to work. Leave out personal data, I think, and your photograph. You probably don't need those things. People may be looking at your social media, so make sure that it's clean and it represents a professional brand image again. Indicate your willingness to travel, and also when you'll be available. So if you're, a senior at FIT and you're going to be graduating in May, you can put that on your resume. The next thing is references. So it's, old school to kind of just list them there, but you can say something like references on request, and you want to make sure that you know who those references are. You might want to ask me for a reference. A past employer, I think, would be good. Not like, your aunt or something like that, right? So make sure you proof it. And here's where, the Career Center and the Writing Center can really help you. You don't want to have any typos on your resume. You don't want to have awkward grammar on your resume.